Hi Aquarius, and welcome to your January 2021 love reading. My name is Gemstone and I'll be doing your reading for you. How are you doing? I'm feeling this very playful vibe from you. This very playful and colorful, like a flirtatious vibe. Anyways, what we're going to do today is take a look into your love life. We're going to peer into your love life. I was going to say like voyeurs. We're not a voyeur, but we're going to take a look into your love life with your permission and see what's happening there. For those that have not seen the January 2021 general guidance readings, I'm going to draw your attention to the card that's going to come out at 2 minutes. I'm doing it in advance. So that you can watch that video. The reason I'm drawing your attention to it is because the format of that video will be the format of this video. What we did in that video is look at the energy that you came out of in the past 365 days and the energy that you're moving into. We understand that time is a construct. Time is a figment of her imagination. It is an illusion within this three-dimensional realm, or beyond. Let's say it's an illusion, but beyond the three-dimensional realm. Here it's very heavily focused. It's far from an illusion here. But we understand this. With that said, we're using this concept of time to be something that we can use to reflect on, to look at, to see if we're doing things that are in our highest good, if we're not, some things that we can change and so forth. So we're going to look at the energy that you're coming out of romantically for the past 365 days. We're going to pull one tarot card to represent that. We're going to also pull an oracle card to see the energy, or let's say the oracle card is going to fall out, the energy that you're coming out of emotionally, another oracle card for the energy, or the energy of the situation that you're coming out of romantically. And then we're going to do the same for the energy that you're moving into. Down in the description box below, hold something my guides have told me to call tarot scopes. A tarot scope is a tarot horoscope. In order for me to connect with your energy, I meditate. Sometimes I pull, sometimes cards fall out. The again is the idea that I was going to say pull cards, and I don't pull. The cards come out nowadays. So cards come out, I receive messages, I receive downloads, information that I have put in the form of a tarot scope, a form of a horoscope, and called them tarot scopes, down in the description box below. If at any point that reading correlates with this feels important, judgment. If at any point that reading correlates with this one that I'm doing here, I will definitely mention it, but otherwise you can look for the tarot inception, the reading within a reading, down in the description box below. Do you feel like you have to answer a call right now? The energy that I'm feeling with this is some of you have to leave a relationship, or you're feeling that you have to do it. This feels similar to Gemini in a way. There's this feeling of needing to leave a relationship, or it's more needing to go. So the leaving is a byproduct of the actual feeling, which is being called to go somewhere and do something that feels more in alignment with your higher self. All right, let's see what energy Aquarius is coming out of romantically. All messages are for the highest good of Aquarius. What emotion are they coming out of? What energy are they coming out of in the romantic life? We have the 9 of Wands. Oh man, and Death at the bottom of the deck. With this, I feel that, the energy may be two different groups of Aquarius. This feels like you're beating away someone, like you're pushing away someone that you want. That's what I feel with this. You've been pushing this person away, adding more and more and more obstacles for them to reach you, because they've reached you and you're feeling vulnerable and exposed. That's what I feel with this. You're fighting them. You're fighting them. Aquarius, are you pushing love away yet again? And at the bottom of this deck, we have guilt. Like, are you guiltily doing this? It says, I release my beliefs that no longer assist in my soul's growth. Why are you afraid of love, Aquarius? Why are you afraid to be seen? Traditionally, I honestly want to say at least 50% of the signs got this card, Judgment. Just falling out. It says, I understand that everyone has their own unique path and challenges. So I feel like this is for you. Okay, so this feels linked to the Judgment card that came out earlier. For the Aquariuses that feel like they need to go and follow their heart's desire, or follow this calling, please take heed of this message. I'm going to read it again. It says, I understand that everyone has their own unique path and challenges. And I feel like this is because you're going to be removing yourself from a commitment. That feels like a long-term sturdy relationship, and maybe it will stand the test of time. But as you leave, I feel like there has to be, like, I feel the sense of letting go of that, like actually dissolving that relationship. And if anything, you come back and not remend it, because it doesn't feel like it needs to be ended in bad terms. It just feels like it needs to be let go of so that you can receive the energy that's coming towards you. That relationship is taking up a lot of space in your life for those Aquariuses. I was saying something before that message came out and into me, like, okay. So we have courage. I'm going to shuffle again because I feel like while I was shuffling, I was trying to remember what I said. So courage, it says, I find the inner strength to face fear with confidence. This goes back to that judgment, to the 2 judgment cards, okay? For those Aquariuses that are afraid to leave, I feel like you know exactly what you have to do, and not honoring that will make you feel worse because you already don't feel that great. I'm torn in between the 2 because I really want to be with you. And the B is not even, like, with you is not with another person. It's with your calling. What emotion is Aquarius coming out of romantically? What emotion is Aquarius coming out of romantically? Fear. Yep, that's what I feel with this. So what's interesting is with this, I was also feeling notes of paranoia, notes of, oh my gosh, are they coming? Like someone escaped a toxic relationship and now, like a stalker type of vibe. That's what I feel, like a stalker type of vibe. You escaped, and it feels like you escaped this relationship, but you're no longer in this relationship. And I can feel that there's fear towards you even getting intimate with anybody, let alone yourself. So here it says fear, maybe I should say it backwards, you getting intimate with yourself, let alone anybody else. Fear says, I realize that I'm testing my resolve to live in the energy of love. So for those that are pushing love away, you're afraid to be in love. You're afraid to experience the feelings of love because I feel that you're afraid to get hurt. And then there are those that are afraid to exist right now because you're afraid that your past is coming back. With this transformation card or the death card here, Scorpio vibes, I can feel that for those Aquariuses that have left a toxic relationship, you're different now. You're different now, but what's not allowing you to fully take on that full transformation is the fact that you're afraid that this person's going to come back, and you're sinking back into lower vibrations that you once experienced at a higher degree, and it's happening less, but it's allowing that to still be there. Kind of, I don't want to say poisoning the vibe, but that's what I felt to say. Kind of poisoning your right now. It's taking away your peace. What situation is Aquarius coming out of romantically? What situation? And then for the Aquariuses that are scared to love, you're scared to also be changed by it. You're like, I feel this sense of stubbornness. Like, no, I need to be me. But you're afraid. Your guards are up. Your guards are up. Nope, you're not going to catch me slipping, and the slipping is in love. Like, Aquarius. We have meditate and contemplate is the energy that you're coming out of. So I feel, again, it feels like a high-strung energy where you haven't had a moment to relax. Like, I just feel on edge. Like, that's how I feel. On edge. Whew, spiders. What? Okay. Tarantula. I just saw a tarantula. Not actually physically. I just saw pictures of a tarantula in my mind. Maybe that will resonate with some Aquariuses. But there's this need to balance yourself out so that you can approach the situation with a level head and a level heart. Because I feel like you've been overdoing the head space, and really you like not allowing the heart to counsel you at all. Mind you, you are, yes, an air sign, very intellectually inclined, very cerebral, but I feel like there's this sense for you to feel here, Aquarius, especially with, right, yeah, no. For the Aquariuses that are pushing love away, I feel like there's a sense for you to feel the fact that you're in love and just embrace it. Just embrace it, because it will be better. And then there's another, for the Aquariuses that are fearful, there's a fearful of being approached by your past. There's this sense for you to feel so that you can use your intuition, so that you're not using fear and on edge all the time. Because if you were to use your intuition will let you know in the moment, yay, this is that, versus you being on edge at all times and not having any peace in your life. Let's see what energy you're moving into. What energy is Aquarius moving into romantically? What energy? And it's so funny because in the tarot scope, not haha funny, but the link, I just felt it. In the tarot scope, I felt the energy of you leaving your past, like leaving a past relationship. Although it didn't feel very toxic, it just felt dark, like a void. Like I couldn't really get into the feeling of I couldn't feel the relationship that you left, but it left you feeling feminine, and it left you feeling open and ready to mingle, that playful vibe that I started this video with, like just playful. But I feel like that's being poisoned at this time with this fear. And this image is so perfect because it just looks, it makes me feel, it makes my skin kind of crawl. Let me know if you get the same vibe. But it's just one of those things where it just gives me an unsettled feeling, and that's exactly how I feel. Those Aquariuses that are afraid that their past is coming back, that's the energy that you're feeling, and it's not allowing you to tap into that beautiful energy, and you know it's clicking more. Thank you, Spirit. So now to that side of the Aquariuses, those that are afraid that their past is coming back, that's who the Judgment card is for. You're not allowing yourself to experience that feeling of going towards your calling because you're afraid that your past is going to come back. And here came out the Two of Wands. What direction am I going to go in? Am I going to stay in the same spot and be scared all the time? Or am I going to move forward scared, but move forward with purpose? Because where you are is in a transitionary moment, like in a transitionary period. And the Death card really had a way of bringing that out. What energy is Aquarius coming out of? I mean, what energy is Aquarius moving into romantically? What energy is Aquarius moving into romantically? What energy is Aquarius moving into romantically? Okay, so we have a lot we have a lot going on. So the defense continues. The defense continues. So this fear feels like it's gonna get worse. In fact, now that I'm seeing these cards with the Queen, I'm not even showing you the cards. Sorry, Aquarius. We have the Seven of Wands. We have the Seven of Swords. And we have the Queen of Swords. So this feels like you, okay? This feels like you. This feels like you. This feels like you in your right mind, okay? Or let me not use the right mind, but you in sound mind. This feels like you in sound mind. 7 is a spiritual number. You have 2 sevens. I wouldn't be surprised if you've been seeing 7-7 at this time. So right now you are in defense mode, okay? You're defensive. Here you're playing so this is what? Offense. This is defense. So now you're defensive. You were on offense before. Defensive. Now it's like escalating. You were offense. You sensed something or you felt something. And you're like, you're going to be on guard for those that are afraid of your past coming back. Now you're defensive, but you're defensive towards something that's not real. You're scared of the idea and holding the truth back from yourself. This feels like a delusion. It feels like a fear that has gone too far to one side, where now it's no longer rational. It's an irrational fear. And you have the capacity, because you're holding that truth of, you're holding the sword of truth to get there, but we have defense and deception. You're deceiving yourself. And it feels like it's rooted in trying to be right. Like, no, this person is bad. Like, no. They're coming back. I can feel it. They're coming back. I can feel it. But what I feel you're feeling is fear, not intuition. And I feel like you have counsel from people that you know, but you're not listening to them because you feel the sense of fear and you're taking it as intuition. with this 10 of swords. First of all these swords is indicative of air energy, but it's also so mental. What I feel with this is that it's gonna get bad before it gets better. It's gonna feel bad before it gets better, especially mentally. I feel like your sleep is gonna be drastically impacted by this. Your sense of peace is going to be drastically impacted by this, but it's so that this eagle death can happen so that you can move towards that judgment card. This feels more spiritual. It just feels like a fear. This feels like a fear that you've always had, and it's coming out in reference, like it's coming out conveniently now. I say conveniently because you're leaving a past relationship, and now it's like it's coming out in the form that the person is bad and they're scary, but this fear was always there, and this is just giving it the opportunity to come out again. So although you might be feeling, oh my gosh, why am I feeling this way? I hate that I'm feeling this way. If I never did this, like I'm feeling regret. This is a good thing because it is giving you the opportunity to actually remove this for good. So the 10 of Swords, it looks drastic because it is, but it's a good thing if you just surrender to this, surrender to it. But Aquarius, I get it. You're fixed. So that might be challenging, but we're in your season, or right now I'm in your season. Yeah, because when I post this, we'll still be in Aquarius season. Today's the 20th. This is your time. Connect with yourself. Or let me say connecting with yourself will give you some clarity. What emotion is Aquarius moving into romantically? Patience. This is no longer feeling like a love reading, by the way. This has love in it, but this is feeling more like a spiritual reading. It says patience. I accept that everything happens in divine order. Okay, and as I say that, Spirit's letting me know, there's still those Aquariuses that are fighting love away. I've been very focused on the judgment, that Aquarius, because I feel this strong fear. Strong fear, where I wouldn't be surprised if you're questioning your sanity right now. But you know what? I don't even think you're there. I think you're so focused, like you're so right in your mind that you're not there. But I can feel that it's gonna get there. It's gonna get there. But okay, so to the Aquariuses that are not allowing love to come in, having patience with yourself. This feels like it's extended to yourself. I accept that everything happens in divine order, because I feel like there's going to be a point where the person's not going to be there anymore. They're not going to be fighting on the outside, although they're still going to emotionally be attached to you, but they're not going to be like knocking on your door asking like, hey, do you want to go out? And you're going to wonder if you push them away and if you ruin love for yourself. You can't ruin love for yourself. What's for you is for you. But at the same time, if you realize that something is not working in your best interest or for your highest good, working towards stopping that behavior, yes, working towards stopping that behavior will benefit your sense of alignment and your sense of peace. To confirm that, it says nothing will come of this situation. So you like pushing them away, this is not to encourage you to push them away, okay? This is for the Aquariuses that are now feeling guilty, like that card came out, the card at the bottom of the deck initially, feeling guilty about it. This is for them. Nothing's going to come of the situation because now you are aware of what you're doing. So the goal would be to move towards not doing that anymore and actually be honest. Open your heart. What situation is Aquarius moving into romantically? What situation is Aquarius moving into romantically? Energy is gaining momentum. So I can feel that there's going to be a rejoining with the person that stopped knocking on your door. And the energy is building momentum for the Aquarius that's kind of going at it mentally. Yeah, things are going to get, as I said, it's going to appear to be worse than it is better. And then it's going to appear to be better after. So it's going to get worse and then it's going to get better. Pardon me. I just feel this sense of things coming, like it's going to get overwhelming. For these Aquariuses, I feel like you're going through a spiritual awakening. I feel like this relationship allowed you to expand your self-awareness, which is a spiritual awakening, and now you're becoming more aware of yourself. But because of that, what you're mistaking as them is actually you just expanding, your senses expanding. And now it's going to get to an unbearable point where the truth, you're going to have to show up as yourself. You're going to have to show up as yourself. Aquarius, please let us know down in the description box below if this is resonating with you. If you like these type of videos, please subscribe to the channel. And if you like this reading, please give it a like. February is going to be a real cool month because it's going to be the start of more content for me. So I'm excited to provide that here. Anyway, take care, Aquarius, and please be kind to your mind. What would really help the Aquariuses that are going through it mentally is opening your heart. Just being brave enough to open your heart. And I know, I already felt it. It's going to be hard. I know. It's going to feel hard. It's going to feel like you're prying it open. But if you were to open your heart, this will take the pressure off of your mind. And it will allow you to think of more positive things, more compassionate things, more empathetic things. And then that will just take your mind off of all this fear. It would actually bring you closer to love. All right? Take care. I'll see you in February.